Eyup, I hope you're all doing alright. So I feel like it's been ages since I've built a family home. I think the last one that I did was a festive one, the one that I did for my first channel anniversary. But I fancied building something for a family, so that's what I've built today. So, built this house in Willow Creek on a 30 by 20 lot. It's built using Discover University, Seasons, and what's the other pack I used? Dine, I believe. And it's got 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And it's got room for up to 5 Sims as well. I also built this little garage thing. Obviously it's purely for decoration, but you could delete the car that I put out front and just put some like items inside that your Sims can actually use, like a woodworking bench or a flower arranging table or whatever you want really. Gym equipment's a good one as well. But I just put it down purely for decoration, like I said. I were going to do like a proper like American traditional suburban, you know, like what you see a lot of people build. Just like the classic sort of craftsman home style sort of houses, or if you just Google American suburban, like that sort of style. But yeah, I was really struggling with it when I were doing that. I couldn't figure out what I wanted it to look like, the size of it, the layout, the shape. Usually when I do build one of them, I do it quite big, so I think I need to figure out how to like actually build a smaller suburban. Usually when I do suburbans, I tend to go for like a British layout on the interior. So yeah, I do kind of struggle with them. I don't think they're really my sort of, I don't want to say my style because I do like them, but because I don't really know what they look like on the interior, like I only know based off pictures and like TV shows and stuff. Yeah, I just don't think they're my strong suit. But either way, I did go for a reference picture for this one. Don't really know what style it is. I just used a picture from Pinterest and then just added my own details to sort of add my own personal touch to it. And I've been building stuff in Sims 4 for like over a year now, and I think I'm just getting a bit like, I don't know how to describe it, like a bit tired out of ideas. I'm in 2 camps, so I've either got no ideas when I start building and I'm a bit like, well, I don't know what to build, or I've got loads of ideas and I really struggle to settle on one. And if I'm not fully into a build that I'm doing, I just can't do it. When I first started building this house, like I said, I was trying to go for a like American sort of style. Think like a typical blue suburban or something, and because my head weren't fully in it, I just couldn't concentrate on it. I couldn't really come up with ideas. It was just looking a bit basic and I didn't like that, and yeah, ended up finding a picture that I liked and like I said, just changed it a little bit. But I think yeah, the issue is just struggling with coming up with new ideas and stuff and trying not to like repeat myself. I really want to try and avoid that. Like I don't want a million suburbans that look identical to each other. But I don't know, I think I'm just, you know, building what, twice a week for over a year now, and then also doing room builds for Instagram. I think I'm just struggling with coming up with ideas like all the time consistently. And some weeks I'll have like loads of ideas and I'll be, you know, I'll write it all down and then I'll use that list of ideas that I've come up with for like a good few weeks, and then when that set of ideas like runs out, I'm a bit like, right, now what? I don't know if anybody else has that with building, where you just kind of sat there for ages thinking, right, well, what do I build? Because I would absolutely love to build 50 modern homes and different tiny homes of like modern houses and stuff, because I love building in a modern style, but I don't want that for my channel to just be the same thing over and over again when it comes to building. And yeah, I think this year I'm going to be focusing more on different things. I don't want to just build all the time. I know a lot of you will have subscribed and be watching for builds, and if you're not very into gameplay, that's fine. You don't have to watch the gameplay stuff. But I've just been streaming on Twitch, not just, but I've just started, and I'm really getting into like the gameplay side of it. I know Sims 4 is not like the most sort of, what's the word? It's not the most loved for gameplay, is it? I know it gets a lot of criticisms because the gameplay is quite bland and stuff, but I've just started a little, I don't know if you could call it a series because I've only done it like, what, once or twice, but I've come up with this idea to explore all the different packs that I've not played with. So as you might well know, I have all the packs, every single one, apart from the modern menswear kit, and that's just because I never thought to buy it. I just thought, well, it's not really for me. I'll probably get it, but as of right now, I have every single one except that one. And the reason for that is just building. I like to have all the build items. I know there's a couple kits that there's no build. Well, there's that fashion one, Well, there's 2 fashion ones, isn't there? I don't even remember. There's that many. I don't know what we've got. But with them, I don't mind so much, like, only getting them for the outfits. I do quite like that fitness one and that Incheon Arrivals one. Probably saying that wrong, sorry. But yeah, I do quite like those kits. But the modern menswear one, it's a pack that I thought that I would like, but I just think that the items are just not very good quality. I think they look a bit weird. And I know there's been a new one that's been leaked, I think. I don't think it's been announced. It's like a carnival inspired one. I've had a look at it and I just think that the items, I don't know, like from what I can tell from the picture of it, they just don't look that well made. They look very sort of, let me think of how to describe this. Like if you look at some of the cast items, say like Cottage Living for example, all the items in that, or even Discover University, they're like really well made. They look just right, they look okay, do you know what I mean? But then if you look at say like Get Together, you look at those stuff and you think, oh, they look a bit odd. It kind of reminds me of like Get Together sort of quality, not so much the style but the quality of it. Like it's not amazingly well made, and obviously I'm just going off what I've seen so far, but I don't know, I'll probably still get it because I mean why not, but I don't know how I feel about it like fully. I'm just a bit like, I'm indifferent but also a bit like not really for me, but we'll see. I'll probably still get it. But yeah, so the gameplay idea that I've come up with that I've been streaming is to explore packs that I've already said this, Anna, but explore packs that I've not actually played with. So even though I have Discover University, I've not really completed university. I've been there once. I kind of rushed through it and cheated through it, and yeah, I kind of thought, well, there's a lot of packs that I've done that with where I've not actually played with them, like Jungle Adventure, I've never actually done it. Which others haven't I done? Some of the Get to Work careers, I've not done the detective one. I've done it a little bit, I think I started it like, God, years ago when I first installed The Sims 4 on my PS4. But yeah, I've not actually finished it. I've not done the medical one. Again, I think I started it but not actually done it, and that were years ago. What's another one? I've never become a vampire in The Sims. I've never played with the Dream Home Decorator career. Never even started it. I wanted to, but I just never got around to it because I'm so focused on building all the time. So, one, I don't do gameplay just because I don't, because I'm building. But also, since making like YouTube content and stuff for Instagram, I'm just building all the time. So, I thought it would be fun to explore different packs because for me, it'd be my first time playing with them, really. And I thought that might be fun. So yeah, I might be doing something like that on my channel as well, where I'm just exploring different packs and stuff. So let me know what you'd think to that. And like I said, I know there's some people that are not interested in gameplay, and you've probably played the packs that I haven't. But you never know, it might be fun to watch me like struggle through university. It's been a lot of fun over on Twitch when we've been streaming it. We've been having a good laugh and laughing about how it's fucking impossible. It's like really close to, well, I want to say it's close to real life, but I don't know because I've never went to university. But college was stressful. I went to college and that was stressful and very like heavy workload. I was doing 4 A-levels at once and that was really difficult. So difficult in fact that I dropped one because I just could not keep up with it. But yeah, it's really difficult to get through university. And the one that I've been doing on Twitch is I've picked 3 classes in, I think I'm doing computer engineering, computer programming, whatever the course is called, and I've picked an elective, so I'm doing 4 classes, and oh my god, it is so difficult. You like have no time to do what else apart from get your needs up and just about finish all your own work. And yeah, I thought that it would be fun to do that, so expect some things like that on my channel as well. I also might do some gameplay challenges like Not So Berry, or like what's the other one? That is there like a generations challenge or like a decades challenge? I thought those might be quite fun. So yeah, still going to be building though, still going to be doing some builds, but just probably not as much. But not yet. I need to sort of, I say all this, but there's been a couple of things where I've had ideas before and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do this and I'll do that, but then I never get around to it. But it's just because I have so many ideas all at once, it's really hard to execute them in a way that's like proper, if you know what I mean. Like I can't just say, well, I'll do this, this and this, because I actually need to know how to do it. It's like getting The Sims 2 Let's Play. Like I've wanted to do that for ages, but I need to work on like a structure for it, because I can't just jump into the game and just play it and sort of figure out how I'm going to edit that together. Do you know what I mean? I need to come up with a plan, some things that I want to do, and just sort of not script it, but have some sort of structure to it. Sorry, I've just bumped my desk, but yeah, that's kind of my plan going forward this year. And The Sims 2 Let's Play will be coming soon. I don't know if I want to play in Pleasant View or if I want to play in Strange Town. I'm thinking of doing a Strange Town playthrough, but I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Let me know though in comments what you'd like to see me do in Sims 2. If you've never seen any Sims 2 gameplay or like that, and you're a bit like, oh well, that's an old game, why would we want to watch that? Honestly, it is so good. The gameplay is so in depth. It's just good. I can't even explain it. And to be fair, the graphics really do, because of this graphic style that they had and the art style and everything, I think it really does stand the test of time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it just looks good even for today. Obviously it's not the same as The Sims 4. It's not got that same style, but I still think it's good. I think the only sort of downfall of it, looking at it now, is like the clothing style. Like, everything is low-rise jeans. There's no like high-waisted stuff. There's no like stuff that I would actually wear now. I did actually make my Sims self very briefly when I was streaming, and just kind of did a rough version of her. And yeah, I was wearing like these I think I was wearing jeans that were like low, like showing my belly off, and then like a jumper. And yeah, it weren't the best outfit, but you never know, I might get some CC and just see what we can get hold of. But it was still fun nonetheless, and I'm excited to play it even more. I want to play it now actually, but I can't. I need to I need to concentrate on this. I'm actually going to be streaming tomorrow as well, but we're doing the university playthrough thingy, and I actually need to work on some of my skills because I've got a few days off at university, so I need to like work on some skills that I've got, otherwise I'm not going to pass my classes. But yeah, it's really hard work. But anyway, I'm just going to talk about this build bit. I know we've done like the entire upstairs, but the bedrooms that I did one with the intention of it being a teen bedroom. I didn't really have a particular like gender in mind. I don't think it really matters. I were kind of thinking a girl at first, but it don't really matter. You could have any gender sim in that bedroom. And then we've got like a twin bedroom as well, who I imagined were 2 boys, I think. But again, could be either or, don't really matter. And then for the parents' bedroom, I went with a colour scheme that I don't normally go with. I went with the Seasons bed, and I used that blue swatch, which I don't think I've ever used before. And then for the living room, kind of struggled on this because it's such a small room. I could have really done with making it a bit bigger, but it's fine. The way I view it is I'd rather the Sims have a big kitchen and nice bedrooms, because they tend to spend more time in there. At least kids spend more time in the bedroom when I'm playing. And the living room kind of is like a second thought, or a last thought should I say, because my Sims don't really go in there, and yeah, they tend to be doing other stuff. So it's just a kind of basic living room, not much going on in it, quite small, but I still think it looks pretty cute for the size of it. And then I did 2 bathrooms as well, which I decided to show the footage of just because they were so basic, and it's basically one bathroom on top of the other. One's got a bath, one's got a shower. And then when we get onto the kitchen, which will be on there in a second, I went back and forth a little bit with this one. The colour scheme that I went with at first, I just did not like. Something about I don't know if it were like, because there's not a lot of light in this room, they've only really got the window at the front, and then they've got like the front door. There's not a lot of light going on, so most of the light comes from the overhead like drop lights, and it just weren't looking nice on these the counters in that swatch. I just thought it made them look a bit mucky. So I put everything down, and as I was looking at it, I was a bit like, I'm not really liking it. But it's quite a big kitchen, so we've got like an island, and then they've got the dining table, which at first I thought weren't going to be functional, but everything's play tested. Everything should be functional. The only thing that might not be is the plant pots that I put in the back garden. Just because sometimes the plant pots are a bit like temperamental. Sometimes if you know what the grid looks like that green little square thing around them, sometimes if that overlaps, even if the items don't, your sim won't be able to like function them, won't be able to use them, and they won't be functional. But you could just move them around if they don't work. It's not a big deal, but yeah, that's the only thing that I'm a bit like dubious about. But yeah, just about to change the colour, I think. Oh, we're just going to put some stuff on this shelf, actually. But yeah, I quite like these base game, like, industrial counters. I do really like them, actually. There's just something about them, especially now that they've updated the swatches and everything. I just think they're really good. I should use them more often, really, but my favourite counters are either the Dream Home Decorator ones or the Jungle Adventure ones, and I like the Parenthood ones as well. But yeah, I really do like the industrial ones. But yeah, what kind of inspired the colour change for this room is when I put those aprons down. I just thought the blue and red, it reminded me of the wall tiles, so I knew that I wanted to change the base game wall tiles. You'll see in a minute. I'm talking about it as though you can see it, but you'll see in a minute. It just kind of inspired that, so that's what I ended up changing the wall tiles to. And then I'm just adding some little wall decorations down and just general decorations, and then we're changing the colour, which I do actually prefer the look of what it ended up being as rather than what were down before. I just think it looks a bit more warm, a bit more sort of, what's the word, more homely and better suited to a family, if you know what I mean. But yeah, then after the kitchen we'll be moving on to, I think we'll be moving on to the little sunroom. I didn't really know what to put in the sunroom. I were either going to put some like skill items or have it as like a gym thing, or just have some like gym equipment, but I thought you wouldn't put like gym equipment in your conservatory, would you? And that's kind of what it sort of is, the sunroom. It's like a conservatory, not, but it kind of is. But yeah, I ended up going with a bar and just like a little place to sit, and thought maybe the parents could like hang out here once all the kids are in bed or something. Not something that I'd do. I wouldn't waste valuable space in my house to put a bar and somewhere to sit. I'd probably have like a gaming room, but that's just me. But I thought this family they'd appreciate having a little place to like have a drink or whatever. And then I just changed the light colour to make it a bit more sort of cozy, give it a somewhat bar feel, but also like a cozy feel as well. And then what else do we do? And then we're moving on to garden. So for the back garden, I quite like how the layout is for this. Sometimes I really struggle with the back garden layout. I don't know what it is, but I always have. Just something about it, I just struggle with the layout. But I quite like the layout for this one. I think it makes sense the way that we have it. We have a little path going off to some plant pots, and then I put down some bee boxes as well, which you're more than welcome to delete if you download this build. I know they're kind of annoying to play with. When I did what is it called, where you try and get your sim to learn all the skills, I don't know if it's got a challenge name, but it probably is a challenge where you get your sim to learn everything and collect everything and all that. But I did a playthrough like that when I first got the Sims 4, and well, when I got it on my console, and I had the bee boxes and stuff because I made a sim completely like self-sufficient, and every time that she would go out, or anytime like a sim would come around, they'd get stung by the bees, and it was just really annoying. So yeah, you can delete the bee boxes if you want. But yeah, just put some plant stuff down, and then we have a little path leading up to these, and then I put down an outdoor like grill area and a swing and stuff for the kids. And yeah, I think just the layout of the back garden, it just makes sense. Do you know what I mean? If that, I don't think I'm really explaining it right well, but I know what I'm on about, so hopefully you do as well. But yeah, and then after that we'll be at the screenshots. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I know I didn't really talk about the build that much, but pretty self-explanatory. And yeah, if you want to come by and catch a stream, I've just updated my schedule and put that on my Twitch channel. Don't have to if you don't want. Obviously, if you're just into the speed builds, that's completely fine. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. That really helps me out. Subscribe if you want to, and I hope you all have a good day, a good week, a good evening, good morning, whatever time of day it is, and I'll catch you later. Bye.